Well, hello there, Aquarius. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your February 2023 career and money tarot reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. All right, let's see what you have in store. Choosing your path. All is possible. Okay, Aquarius, if there is a new path that you would like to take, it is possible. Sometimes we allow ourselves just to stay stuck in a certain situation or a mindset because we feel like it's safer, right? Like we don't have to put ourselves out there, but I do feel like you have a new path that is opening up for you if you want to take it. And then you have pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. Yeah, you feel like this isn't possible. It's about understanding your spirit guides, your angels, the divine. It's on your side, whether you realize it or not. The divine is on your side. So it's about allowing yourself to step into that energy of saying, okay, this is something that I would really like for myself. This is on your path. It's about really stepping into what your heart truly desires with true love. It's about understanding what you love about yourself and stepping into the energy of allowing yourself to have the happiness, the joy, the love, the abundance that you are seeking, especially in your career and money sector. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot. We're going to first take a look at the present energy and then areas of resistance or obstacles on your path that you can overcome in the next 4 to 5 weeks. And then finally, advice from Spirit about how you can move through these obstacles more quickly. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, I feel like there is this energy where you may have for some time, been kind of like, it's really interesting because I feel like you're trying to go onto this new path, okay? But you're with the Knight of Swords, it's this energy of being determined, okay, to go forward, but it's almost like you're staying attached to some situation in the past. Okay, so the devil really represents, beliefs or mindsets that kind of keep us in this energy of focusing on what has it's kind of like reflecting more on the worries, the fears, the situations in the past, okay, instead of, okay, I really want to go on this new journey. To go on this new journey, okay, means that it is about allowing yourself to know that this path is open up for you. The big obstacle I think you might have is stepping into that energy of realizing, okay, if I want to go on this new path, right, I have to go with a positive mindset. I can't drag along some of this energy that you may have, some baggage, a mindset that you have because of things that have happened in the past. Yeah, you have chop wood, truth be told. It's, it's kind of like, it's taking one situation in your career and money sector and projecting that onto all situations in your career and money sector, right? So for instance, you could have had a boss that gave you a kind of like maybe not a poor evaluation, but not an evaluation that you thought truly reflected the work that you did or brought up some issues that maybe you needed to work on in your work environment, right? So it's kind of like taking that energy, somebody judging. I feel like with that devil energy, it's about being judged for something, okay, in your career and money sector. So it could be like an evaluation from an employer, or perhaps not getting a promotion or not getting a pay raise when you really felt like you deserved it, right? It's kind of like taking action to go on a new path, but out of the sense of, well, they don't appreciate me, right? So I'm going over here. But what you're not recognizing is that you're making a decision to go in a new way based on something that is difficult, right? You're not going on a new path because that's where your heart truly wants you to go. You're making some change, but you're making a change kind of, I don't want to say out of spite, but you're making it kind of for the wrong reason, right? If you want to make a change, it can be because somebody doesn't see the qualities that you are bringing, your strengths, right? Your light, your love that you bring to your work. It could be that you're making this change because you've been triggered, but it's not about moving because you're like, oh, they don't get me. I'm going to move and take this job over here. It's kind of like, okay, let me sit with this. You know, what am I feeling about this person, not appreciating me? And it could be a client or somebody like that, right? Let me sit with that. And then where does my heart want to go from here? You know, what is the lesson I can learn in this? But then, okay, let me open up. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to see, this is not an environment that is conducive to me being at my highest potential, right? That is very true. I know I have worked in positions before where it's kind of like, I felt like I wasn't able to be my best self because of the situations, because of the toxic environment I was working in. But I didn't leave because it was kind of like, they don't get me, right? You have to move into the energy of, okay, I am in an environment that is not good for my highest potential. And then sitting with that and thinking about, okay, what type of environment do I need in order to be in my highest potential, right? And manifesting that new job from that position, understanding what is it do I need in order to feel like I can work at my highest potential. You see the difference there? Because the one is out of spite. I'm moving out of spite. They don't get me, I'm going to go over here. The other is like, okay, I don't feel like I'm at my best when I'm in this position. Even though, it could be triggered because you get that evaluation that you don't like. They don't understand me, right? I understand that. I've been there, right? And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They don't get me, and that it's about sitting in that energy and not quitting or changing jobs just because of that. It's kind of like, okay, what can I learn about myself in this position, and then recognizing, okay, now I'm going to go search for a different environment. And it's not about searching. I just want somebody that recognizes me, that sees me for my talents. It's kind of like, no, what is it within me? What talents do I think that I have that I would like to share with the world? What environment is it that will be conducive for me to share, right? Kind of like sitting in it from that's more of a spiritual approach. So let's take a look. Yeah, community, Page of Cups. I feel like there is this energy, healing light. It's kind of like coming into that energy of recognizing that it's not about what people that you work with, especially with the community card, right? This is your career money sector. It's not about looking at, okay, what is wrong with them? And it's not looking at it, what is wrong with me? It's kind of like, okay, I might not get along with these people. They may not be conducive, but recognizing that they're on their own path. You're on your own path. It's about giving a little bit of grace to everybody that you are coming across at this time in your work environment, right? And if, that could include your clients. It could, in some fact, also include your family, or where you live. And if you are like retired, right? It could be like, if you spend your day volunteering or whatever that is. It's kind of like not looking at these people as not getting you. It's kind of like, okay, it's an opportunity for you to get yourself a little bit more of understanding. what your love, your light, your skills, your talents, your gifts are. It's almost like these people are kind of like mirrors. Yeah, I feel like it really is. You're understanding. They're mirroring with the Six of Pentacles. There's a mirror here, a mirror effect. It's kind of like that twin flame energy. I don't feel like this isn't a romantic partner, but it's that same energy where a twin flame reflects to you what you don't already like about yourself. It's about looking at what people in your environment, your work environment, are reflecting to you. And understanding, okay, wait a minute. I can see the flip side of that, right? Looking at yourself with more loving eyes and recognizing maybe it is time for you to change jobs. But it's also about recognizing. I'll have to say, Aquarius, I had this one evaluation years ago from a principal. We did not see eye to eye, right? And I got that evaluation and I was just like, oh my goodness. Like I was just really upset, right? And then I recognized that the things that she said in the evaluation were actually things that I really wanted to work on myself. It was kind of like it was bringing that up to the forefront, that those are things that would make me a better teacher. Right. And I just remember just kind of like being really upset. But the reason I was being upset is because, oh my goodness, I was having to look in the mirror at what would make me a better teacher of things that I really did actually want to improve in myself. Right. But I just hadn't allowed myself maybe to go there, to put the time and the effort into it, to recognize that maybe some of my other strengths, I was allowing those to carry me through. And it really is, it's just like an opportunity to look at yourself, to recognize what it is that you love about yourself. It is focusing on what you love about yourself, but also recognizing that maybe some of those other feelings that you are getting from other people, maybe even intuitively, are helping you to open up to seeing seeing yourself in areas that are holding you back. Because yeah, here you have mending. I feel like for some of you, it is about mending your own sense of self, right? Of recognizing that I really feel like for some of you may have been truly focused on how much money you have or how much money you use in the world to help keep other relationships, once again, that community. So you could overgive to people in your life, like, buy extravagant gifts or just be super generous with your money. But there is this energy of why are you doing that? It's kind of like looking at it as, are you being truly generous? Or is there almost like some motivation? Are you doing it because you want these people to like you more or to value you more, to see you as worthy? I feel like you're really kind of working on any sense of unworthiness that you have. My goodness. Yeah. And you're blocking the energy of feeling love for yourself. And I feel you really are wanting to close out this chapter. There is this sense that you can close out this chapter with the Six of Wands. You can close out this chapter. The thing that's holding you back, and it's really kind of interesting because we're in Aquarius season. I feel like it's about allowing yourself to take just a moment and ask yourself, okay, what do I really love about myself? And list it. List 100 things that you love about yourself, whether they're in your career and money sector or not. It does not matter. Just what do you love about yourself? And then it's about looking at really getting that energy first of loving yourself. And then what is coming up with these other people, these other situations that are kind of like triggering you. Then take a look at that. And ask yourself, it's kind of interesting because I did this the other day. I had something that kind of triggered me. And I was just a little bit like, okay, I'm going to sit with this for a minute. And I just got my journal out and I really was just kind of like writing kind of what I was feeling and everything. And it was really kind of interesting because it was something that I know I didn't really want to look at, but I knew it was blocking me from the opening up this new chapter, right? And when I sat with it, I was just like, oh my goodness, it really isn't that difficult. Because it was almost like this light switch went on. And it was like, okay, that is it's a sense of you do not feel worthy enough in some different area. And it's about looking in the mirror and really loving yourself. Of saying, none of us are perfect. It's about allowing yourself. You could work in an environment kind of like I did. I feel like teachers are truly scrutinized all the time. Not just by the principal, but by the parents, by the media, by social society. It's teachers have a really hard time. You have all of these students that you are trying to meet the needs of and to keep happy, right? And all of their parents and the administration and the school system, right? And society. It's kind of like a job where you go to work every day and people are scrutinizing you, right? It's kind of like, perhaps it is about taking a look at how is that affecting me? When we have people that are kind of like have a microscope on us and our job all the time, and we get into a sense of being so fearful of making a mistake, right? Because when I was a teacher at the very end, if you went off script at all, you got a little nick by your name. And you get so many nicks and then you don't have a job, right? And I feel like that is the energy of stepping into that energy of recognizing, okay, why am I staying in an environment where the microscope is on me all the time? It's because the universe is saying, Aquarius, go in, go within, look at yourself. Don't worry about all of that. Is like, look at yourself and then you can make a change. It's not like you can't go into a new career or a new job or whatever, right? But before you make that change, look at yourself. What do you love about yourself? It's really kind of exciting. It really and truly is. Yeah, the King of Pentacles coming up again. But it's kind of like you have to make a choice. Is it about, are you trying to make money or satisfy somebody? The King of Pentacles could be even your boss or something. Are you going to do that? Are you going to try to be either the King of Pentacles or satisfy the King of Pentacles? The sense of feeling worthy enough because you make so much money or you have so many things? Or are you going to go after what your heart truly desires with the Nine of Cups? Are you going to try to get back into that energy of enjoying your work, right? Because sometimes when we get into just thinking about the bottom dollar, how much money am I making? How much time am I spending on this, right? We lose all the joy. It's about looking at the joy again in your life. I'll have to say that when I felt like I had principals that were really scrutinizing every single thing that I was doing as a teacher, I lost the joy. The joy comes from having those connections with your students, right? Encouraging them to be their best, right? To love learning, right? To love the experience of, getting along with other people in the class, right? To enjoy the process of learning. Right? A lot of what we learn in school, you could look up on the internet and have the answer to in 2 seconds, right? But it is the process of thinking, of learning, of experiencing, right? That is more important in our education. But, that's not the way a lot of places are anymore. It's more about test scores. What do the children know? Well, knowledge can go in one ear and out the other, and it is really about, okay, what is it that I really and truly love about my work? I'm going to focus on that and not focus so much on, what other people see as my value. It's really kind of interesting because I think it changes the tone of how you approach your work. Really a lovely energy. But it is, I feel like you're ascending. It's a huge growth, of, progress. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Aquarius, I do personal readings. The link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, let's see what we have here. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? I really do. I feel like a lot of you are working in an environment that is scrutinizing your actions every day. And you may have gotten into an energy of scrutinizing your own actions, kind of like looking more at your flaws instead of what it is that you truly love about yourself. It is about stepping into that energy. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. It's really about stepping into that energy of loving yourself, of loving your work, right? And, perhaps making a change in your job or your career in order to be in an environment where you can truly be yourself. You can enjoy your work again, but it's about recognizing I'm not leaving because they don't get me. I'm leaving because my heart is calling me to go in a new direction. Really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. All right, I am going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.